If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, wow, it's throwing me off. If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 484. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Roger.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
Hey, Roger.
What's going on?
Raj.
Some of my friends call me Raj.
Oh, I never know what you're going to say, man. It's
Yeah.
always a surprise. Always
That's
a
the
surprise.
gimmick. That's the gimmick.
Well, it's working. So, but we are back. Do another episode this week. So just three of us, the dependables, if you will, or mostly so. So why don't we just jump right in the show and get it kicked off? And we'll start out, as always, with the mailbag for feedback and questions regarding our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. OG Clutch comments. It was such a fun surprise to have Electrify back in your most recent episode. Hopefully she's back for good.
Yeah, fun
I
surprise.
miss Sif already.
Well, as
I
you
love
can
how they
see,
use the word surprise.
as you can see, she's not here. OG Clutch.
By the
So,
way, is this Tool to Play's clutch?
I don't. Isn't that Clutch 22?
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Profanity?
No, this didn't come in on a Tool to Play
No,
message
okay.
board or whatever. So, but could be the OG
It's him,
Clutch.
though.
No, could be.
He's OG. He's the original.
He's the OG, right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Next up, eponymous comments. Welcome back, Electrify! Exclamation point. I love your show, but it's just that much better with a strong female voice included. Great episode. Well, that we
think
don't
we
have
all
that
agree.
voice this episode, so there is no strong female voice this episode.
It really was great having her back on the show. And, like, I miss having her being part of the show, and I know she's got so much other stuff going on right now and stuff like that. So anytime we get to have her on the show is always a bonus. So
Always a good time, and I assume that I'll be able to strong arm everyone to come on for episode 500, including Joel Dudai Rock Albert, Derek Code Monkey Shomer, maybe
Well,
others.
that's 16 weeks away from now.
That's a,
I don't even know if we're going to get it in this year.
Oh my God. Confidence is low. I repeat, confidence is low.
Yeah.
But we shall see.
2 episodes a week. Let's catch up.
All right, and let's see. Next up, Mark D97 asks, with all of the changes to E3 this year, have you guys thought of doing your own live coverage? Like maybe rebroadcast the original live streams and talk about what you're seeing as they play.
What E3 change? What E3? Is E3 happening?
I'm assuming he means things like we
Virtual,
live
the
stream
Xbox
the Xbox thing and then we
Yeah,
just
okay.
talk
That's
to
fair.
it. Like,
Dude, okay. So the one thing I'll say is like I used to do this for Tool to Play back in the day. Like we would do like a whole thing of it on on the Tool to Play Twitch channel, and like
Yeah.
problem is like nobody came. Like nobody did stuff.
no, because,
Like most of the times it's because it was happening like during the day.
yes,
And like people are at work and like so like it was hard to get like people like involved for that. So
yeah, we know the Xbox One's a Sunday afternoon, so like for me, it's going to be
Yeah.
appointment television, and I'm going to go sit down in front of the TV and watch it. But not everybody
If any-
can do that.
if anything, what's going on those days more likely is like watch parties. Like I know like sometimes in my Discord we'll get together and like like a handful of us and watch the like the pressers and stuff like that. But like
discuss,
that's as far as like I've seen things going lately.
Yeah, I don't know if that's plus. Given the choice, a lot of people would choose the actual live stream instead of someone rebroadcasting it and it's re-encoded, lower resolution, not live. Like I like to watch those, at least the Xbox ones, in fucking 4K on a giant ass TV.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore,
Yeah, the last
right?
one they didn't. Two
I
times
feel
ago
like
they
I
did.
feel the last 2 times that hasn't happened. I'm like, why is? And they were blaming it on COVID, right? It wasn't that was that wasn't
Yes,
that
yeah,
the thing? They're like, yeah, we're not doing 4K because of COVID. Like, what? What's fucking COVID having anything to do with fucking 4K?
yeah.
Um, and then like Mixer went down, and that was another like 4K killer. Because I remember they used to do the show in 4K 60. Like, oh man, those were the
Yep.
good old days.
That was
Bring back
glorious.
Mixer. Bring back
Mm,
Mixer.
mm.
Mixer's dead.
You know. Anyway,
Yeah.
other than,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
with the whole takedown that everything's going on, and if you ever play anything back, it's not worth running the risk of trying to do a
Yeah, but
show.
is that though? Like every time I'm on like Twitch and stuff, like YouTube, like there's always
Oh, it's
somebody
somebody. Yep.
watching a show and like just like having it on the back of their stream. Like, how the fuck are they doing this? Like, this show's live on TV right now. How are
Yeah,
these? Like, how are they doing this?
yeah. Exactly. Yep. No, it's fucked up.
I don't know.
I think we could carry a conversation without the show playing behind us too. So I'm like, I think we'll be fine just doing our regular show, covering things that we see. But
Yeah,
Yeah. If you want to come on our Discord that day, we'll be
yeah,
dropping shit
more
in
than
there
welcome.
live. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, all right. And
maybe we'll set up an event in the Discord. I don't know if you guys
I've
know
never
what that
done
stuff is. But
No, never done that. So
yeah,
it'll be a
Yeah,
first time for everything. All right.
yeah, cool.
And last but not least, Altius asks, I know I tend to ask industry questions, but I was asked a question the other day regarding graphics cards and displays that I couldn't answer, so I'm relaying it here.
Perfect.
With the current graphics card shortages, which card and display would give you the most bang for your buck without breaking the bank? What is the target resolution and frame rate?
I mean, first of all, what graphics card shortage? As far as I know, things have gotten like way better on that front. Like to the point where like you can't walk into a store and get it, but like they pop up in like more stock pops up like frequently now.
Yeah,
Like as like Derek just got his own computer just now, no problems. I know a few friends that also got computers with high-end graphics cards, no problems. So it
I'm wondering
seems
though,
like it's getting slowly getting better.
but with
Because like before it was like all stop, and now it's like it does seem to be like some sort of motion.
But now that the low hash rate thing was cracked, maybe that's gonna bring the shortage again, since now you can actually use these things full rate for mining.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
the crypto market has been so down lately. There's not a huge influx
Yeah,
of people trying to get into crypto farming.
That's true too.
that's true.
So
NFTs took like a 90% drop. Like it's kind of like subsided a bit. Maybe that's the reason why I'm seeing more stock in graphics cards. Like all my notification stuff that I have set up, they're always pinging me all the time to the point where I had to go in and turn it off because I'm like, okay, inventory seems to be good now. Like, um,
But then,
so what was
so
the other
with-
part of the question?
So it says without breaking the bank, what graphics card and display? So
I mean, it's so subjective. Like, it all depends on like what you want and how much you're willing to spend for it.
yeah.
So like what's target resolution? I mean, there's a 50-50 divide. It's either you're
4K?
a 1080 guy or you're a 4K guy. 4K
or you're a 1440p guy.
or yeah, I mean, yeah.
So I'm a 4K and 144 hertz guy.
Same. And I play with like ultra settings,
Yep.
like maximum like full throttage and so those type of graphics cards cost a lot more.
Yes.
Right? So then
and the
like
displays do too.
if you want to be a 1080p guy, maybe like 240 frames, that's going to cost a little bit less. And then whatever target resolution and frame rate you want to aim for is what you get the monitor at, right? And you pair it up with a proper graphics card.
Yeah,
So it's all subjective. It's all really how much like like some people look at 4K compared to 1080, like Duty and those guys. They'll be like, "There's no, you can't tell the difference,"
Yes,
which
you
I
can.
disagree.
I
I
absolutely
di-
disagree.
but those kind of guys, they don't see a difference in 1080 to 4K. Duty's more of a like, I think he's pushing like 320 frames last I heard. I don't know. I have to ask him.
On ultra low settings, yeah.
Yeah. He takes all the settings and puts them on super low. So it's like it's all depending.
It's a
It's all
personal
subjective.
preference, yeah.
Yeah.
I
For
guess if
me
you,
and Derek, we're a max settings guys. 4K, like all the way to as
yeah,
far as the game can go, I'll go for it.
and
But then
have
some people don't want to do that, right? So
yeah. So like I think what hit set's the most important. Buy the monitor that's keyed to the resolution and frame rate that you want, and then figure out the least expensive graphics card that can do that on your budget. I guess would be the way to
you
do it.
all you also want like whenever you're making your purchase, you also like future proof planning. Like you don't want to buy something that's like completely obsolete now because then like down the road it's like even way more obsolete. So like you
Yeah.
also gotta take that into consideration. And you don't want to get anything too low, but you don't want
Yeah,
so it's
or
it's
too
it's
old.
a yeah, it's a fine line. Like you
Would
really
you
got to do
still
your research.
would you still point people towards 20 series cards if they're budget conscious?
No, if anything, I'd tell them to go 300s, the 3000 series, only
Yeah.
because like they're cheaper and they produce more power than the 20s.
Not,
So yeah,
are the 20s still
uh,
priced that high? I guess because you could still use
I
them for
think
mining, they might be, but yeah.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, future proofing.
Yeah. Just don't aim
Well,
at the very bottom, I think is what the message is. Because you're going to eventually want to upgrade, and then that thing's going to be the first thing you have to deal with.
right. Oh, and the other thing to go along with future proofing is like look at the HDMI ports. You maybe want to get a graphics card that has the new
2.1.
HDMI 2.1
Yep.
because that's what all the new TVs are going. So if you want to future proof, you should really maybe look for a device that takes that input because that's what's going to be in the future
Yep.
or currently actually really. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's now.
the,
That's what
the Series X, the PlayStation
PlayStation
5,
5. Yep.
anything with like high 4K will require
Yep.
that.
That's what mine does. I
Yeah.
have the 2.1 ports from the Xbox. I do display port at 4K on 144 on the PC. So, yeah. All right. Well,
Lots
hopefully
to
that,
consider.
yeah. So hopefully we gave you some information, Altius, and the next time you get asked, you won't be blank. But yeah, just figure out what your target is and start with a display and then go from there. All right. Well, if any of you have great comments or questions, give us a call 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing this week?
Halo, Sea of Thieves, Warzone, Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's about it. Yes. Not much of it. But not much of all those games, but a little bit here and there. Sprinkles. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to get
Oh,
some bowling in because I also picked up the Switch Sports, and
I'm
it'd be great to.
unstoppable.
You're
Unstoppable.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
Well,
Unstoppable.
then, never mind.
Bowling in the 200s, and the closest guy is like 63. And his name's like generic, and I'm like, am I playing with other people, or is this computers? I don't understand. Anyway,
Well, then maybe we'll play volleyball because I can take on the competition of volleyball. So,
no,
Hockey.
yeah. So what have you been playing?
I have been playing a little bit of Halo Infinite also since season 2 came out. Trying to play it a little bit. I'm still disappointed in it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah,
later,
you guys
I'm
want to
sure.
talk about the new season, or do you want to wait for Derek?
I can say the only thing I've been playing is Halo Infinite. So
Okay, let's talk about it real quick, and then Sully can continue. What do we think?
It's
Is it
annoying
worth
to
the
go.
price of free?
It's annoying to go play with your friends, and then the mode that you have to play is a single player mode. In order to
Oh,
That
I did
single
not
player
think about
mode
that.
fucking sucks.
You guys don't like it? I actually
Oh
don't
God,
mind it.
no! I don't like
I
it
actually
at all.
don't mind it.
the map's a little too big for the number of
That's
players.
that's the one thing I noticed is so the one map was advertised as an arena map, and the other one's advertised as a big team battle map. And I played for a while on both of them, and I was like, wait, which one's the big team battle map?
They're both pretty
Because they're
big, actually.
both fucking humongous.
Yes, yep.
It's just like what? I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
I think the Lone Wolf one is supposed to be the big team.
The Lone Wolf
one.
is the big team one. Yeah, it is. It is.
But it was kind of not that 343 sold it as a battle royale light, but it's not a battle royale light. It's a gun.
Did they call it a battle royale light? Really?
No, that's what the internet was all saying. Is that was the battle royale light version?
It's more like a gun game. Right?
It is a gun game.
Yes.
That's all it is.
It is
Gun game with limited light. I'm like, it's just. I don't know.
I don't mind it. I think it's different. I actually don't mind it.
I like how the loadout gets you hold X to change your loadout as you go along. I like how there's the risk reward of going to collect the bonus XP from dead dudes. There's some nice.
There's a lot of strategic play involved. Like, do you want to be aggressive? Do you want to hide? Do you want you want to push back? It's
whenever you hear one of those drops from the sky.
You look for it, or or do you camp it and wait for someone to walk up to it and then fuck them up? It's there. Yeah, and I don't know. I kind of like the maps. I think, especially the arena one. The arena one's pretty cool. It reminds me of like if Guardian and Epitaph from Halo 3 had a baby.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's very Anyway.
I'd like it if they cranked the player count up to 24 though. It's like a little too small for the current player count.
That would be good. And also rotate that map in that game
too big.
type. Playing that same fucking map over and over is once again 343's downfall.
For that one mode?
Yeah, for that one mode. If they're having
they can't play that on the other new map.
No,
they can't play it on the other new map, but there's other maps.
I think they said that this is only just because it's a new map, and then like after a week or two they're gonna introduce more maps into the rotation.
I hope they do, because I mean it's another 343 downfall of not having enough content. It's just same fucking thing over and over. With that many challenges in the Game Pass or in the season pass, it's just fucking ridiculous that you got to play the same map, the same game type over and over.
That's the one thing. That's
not what Halo was. Halo was all different maps.
That's my one complaint is I'm already level like 25 and I've barely played. And I'm like, this. I have like 5.5 months to go still. I'm like a quarter of the way through already. Like it's day 3. Like what the.
And either you guys play any King of the Hill?
Yeah, I have, and I was playing.
Do you like it, or do you feel like they broke something?
I like it. I love it.
I don't like the new King of the Hill used to be a certain strategy. You get in the fucking hill and you hold that motherfucker. Now it's like you turn the hill your color and then you go to the outside of the hill and
no, you have to be in it.
No, it stays here.
No, you have to be in it. Yeah, I was playing it today. I was playing it today for a lot. You have to be in it for it to. The moment you step out, it uncancels and you have to go back in. But yeah, it basically means you always have to have one guy in it, and you don't want to have all your buddies in there because
you get wrecked.
Sometimes you do that, and you'll throw a grenade, and it's like overkill, wonderful.
Yes. And there's no incentive to having more than one guy in the hill anymore. It doesn't.
It's actually
go faster
because if you both go down, then instead of the one hill guy going down, you just replace him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
like it.
That. I wish they kept the old way. But...
I mean, maybe they'll come out with
King of the Hill classic
version. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. This game's a beta. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Also, 343 kill Halo. I said it.
No, it's a little disappointing. Yep.
What else did they add anything else? The cosmetics are lackluster. There's already repeats in the store. Um, what else? What else have they added?
No, I mean the coins are nice in the battle pass that you're getting, so at least you're building
Yeah,
up towards
whatever.
being able to buy the next battle pass. So
Other than that,
All right.
yeah, that's about it.
We
Halo.
beat it dead.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Way to go, Halo. All right, so what else have you been playing?
I've been continuing my journey through Elden Ring, just beating bosses and building my character and adventuring and seeking out stuff. Also picked up off Game Pass that Bugsnax game that came out. It was the PlayStation exclusive that was 1 year delayed until Microsoft picked it up and they threw it on Game Pass. So playing that for a little bit. It's it's your typical adventure type game. So it's fun to play with the kids and stuff like that. And hey, my youngest still likes to hang out and try to give me pointers on how to play those type of games. So it's fun. Other than that, that's about it.
You probably need those pointers though, right?
Yeah, no. It's a good game. It's good mechanics in it. The puzzles are minimally challenging and stuff like that. So it's a nice casual type of puzzle game. So
Seems right up your alley, except that we've heard of
yeah,
it.
so true.
Yes.
What about you, Derek? Anything else besides Halo?
No, that's it. So that was a good, easy segment. So why don't we just hop on over to the new releases? Only one major new release out this week. Evil Dead the game, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC. It's one of these asymmetric shooters, a 4v1 kind of game. 4v1 survival horror game. I thought it actually looked pretty good. And it's obviously that's our image in the show this week.
This is the Friday the 13th ripoff, right?
Basically, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I have no interest in this.
Bruce
but,
Campbell, right?
Yep,
I feel like we're going to be talking about Bruce Campbell in the after show, by the way.
quite a bit. Yes, keep
A little
showing
bit
up.
of foreshadowing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will have to say, I think the zombie genre is dead for the most part. I don't think anybody's looking forward to zombie games anymore. But that could just be the people I know and hang out with and stuff like that.
What about like zombie related like shows? They also seem to be taking a dive.
Yeah, I'd say that
movies.
The Walking Dead and Shaun of the Dead and The Dead After Dead,
That's what happens when you have a show that everybody loves, and then you're like, let's make tons of spin-offs at the same time and make people put in like 3 hours of TV a week to watch Walking Dead. So fuck them. But Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, I mean the whole genre of zombies can go away for a few years, come back in a little while, maybe it'll be rebirth, but I think it's dead.
All right, then none of us give a shit about this game.
Nope, no fucks given.
All right, so on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? First story. PAX East enforcer died of COVID after being exposed during the convention. So first off, definite sad story. I'm not downplaying the sadness level. And the enforcer, like I recognized her. She'd been doing it for years. Whether she got it at the convention or in Boston or on a bus or public transit, or she got it during the convention. So I think the news story is a little sensational when it says exposed during the convention. But it's sad, and apparently her sister got sick too or something, and it was a very extreme case, so it sounds like it's more genetic than not. But it's a non-story that tons of gaming news outlets picked up and tried to sensationalize as there's anything wrong with going to a gaming convention right now in 2022.
Except nobody's going. Yeah, I know it sucks that she caught it and passed away from it. And I hope her sister. I didn't follow up on the story to see how her sister's doing, but I'm hoping she made it through and she's okay. So
Nope. But don't blame PAX. Not their fault. Definitely not blood on your hands if you went. So.
All right then.
Next story.
I'll take this one.
I'll get one.
All right.
Xbox game streaming device and TV app could arrive soon. This story is coming from Engadget. Microsoft confirmed last summer that it has Game Pass working on a TV app and a game streaming device. Think something like Amazon
Nope.
Fire Stick
Yeah.
or Google Chrome Stick kind of thing that you some little device you plug into the HDMI port of your TV, and then boom, Game Pass works on your TV. Or if you're lucky, maybe you just get the app and the app works on your TV kind of thing. We've been talking about this for like forever.
Yep.
Like we just saw that this is gonna come down this road. So it's good to see that. Yeah, it's happening. Comments, thoughts?
I still
Can't
don't think
wait
it's
for it
for
to be
every
sideloaded
game.
onto a PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah. I still don't think it's for every game type. I think that the latency on shooters is still too much for the Project X Cloud or whatever it's called nowadays.
Yeah.
But
I can't see it being any better on those type of devices also.
yes, yeah.
Like the Chromecast that I have, like the Wi-Fi on it sucks. Like it just it sucks. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how they set it up to sync with the controller. If the controller is going to your router or if it's going to the device.
Oh, it's got to be on the device.
Yeah, because that's where the Google thing went wacky, is because your controller actually hooked up as a separate stream to the router than your Chromecast or whatever it was that you're playing for Stadia. So they weren't in sync with each other going across. It was two separate feeds going up. So I think it's better if you had it all together in one feed, I would think. But
yeah, I'm assuming this thing is going to do Bluetooth between the pluggable and the controller, and we already know that TVs can do Bluetooth, so it's just a matter of updating the underlying TV OS, and it looks like the first TVs that are going to have this are Samsungs. So you'll pair your Bluetooth controller with the TV, and then rock and roll from there. So
no, it's just the logical step in the progression of this stuff. Also, I mean, we've all seen it coming, so it's good to see that they're hopefully going to push out a device here soon. So we'll see what it does.
And it's a nice way to bridge people in between no console and console, because then if you start liking this streaming that's built into your TV, and you're like, well, yeah, now I like this. I want to invest in a console and get fucking superior resolution and low latency and everything else, and it's really easy to make that step versus convincing someone to go buy a $500 console that has no experience in gaming consoles. So lowers the barrier to entry. All right, next story.
All right, how about 12-hour Xbox outage leaves console owners unable to launch or buy games? This once again prompts the thought in the back of my head that DRM sucks. There was I experienced this actually a lot the day that it went down, because it was just like I was trying to do some things on my Xbox upstairs, and all of a sudden like everything fucking went down and I couldn't do shit, and I kept getting errors trying to launch games. I was like, this game is already stored locally, but I still can't launch it, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And it actually happened twice over the weekend too. They didn't mention that in this story, but yeah, it's
You know what didn't have problems
PC
during this 12-hour window? Steam.
No. See, I play Halo on my PC, but it's from the Xbox store, not from Steam. So
Big mistake.
well, I'm in the
No,
ecosystem.
it probably still wouldn't have worked, right? Because it's still
No,
gaming.
it's Xbox
right?
under the hood. Yes,
Yeah.
even the first night that season 2 came out, at any time I went to launch a game of King of the Hill, the PC Halo client crashed. Yep. So I had to switch over to playing on Xbox.
The Windows Store sucks.
So
Sucks.
yeah, it was not
They
good.
never pointed a finger at why this system why this shit went down, right? It wasn't a
I'm always assuming
DDoS or anything like
DDoS.
that.
That's always my assumption, whether they admit it or not. But um, uh, uh, but it just goes to show that there is still an issue with having to be always online, and that's one of those issues.
Yeah, it
All right.
sucked balls. It really did. So, anyways, next story.
All right, next story. Duke Nukem Forever's 2001 build has leaked online. So we're talking old school. Duke Nukem Forever did not come out till so many years after this. If you recall, Duke Nukem Forever was in the works for over 20 years. There was a brief E3 demo that was on rails that showed at E3 2001. We did not see Duke Nukem Forever again until E3, either in 2011 or 2012, when we went and saw Randy Pitchford talk about it at E3, and that was an entirely different game than this. Well, somehow someone got the source code for the good one, and they're releasing it. I guess the beginning of the game is super playable, and as you get later in the game, since it obviously wasn't complete, it kind of falls off in there. But it's interesting to see the difference and what was thrown away in order to make the game that people called the shittiest game of all time. So
This is that game that was made by it seemed like what, 3 different publishers?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like you could tell the breaks when you were playing the game. Like, okay, you could tell Studio A stopped right here, and Studio B picked up this section, and Studio C picked up this section, because it was just 3 distinct, if not more, distinct styles of game that you were playing. And it was just like there were sections that were really well done, that were fun and enjoyable to play. There's other sections that were just fucking garbage. And it was such a conglomerate of shit that it was destined to fail. But
And that conglomerate of shit came out after they completely threw this one away. So think about that. They had a game that was almost done. They threw it away and then came up with that conglomerate of shit that was like, hold X to P. And you're like, I needed that. Like, it was fucked up. So, but I'm excited to check this out.
yeah, I was watching the clips of it. I mean, it's definitely rough. But it's once again 2001. So I'm trying to put my brain back into whatever else was out of 2001. And it might have been on par with everything back then, but looking at it now, like the fire effects were absolute garbage.
We're talking like a few years after Quake 1. So
yeah.
Go back to Quake 1, add a couple years on, and that's what we're looking at. So, right around UT 2K, not UT 2004 yet. So that's still 3 years away on this development line. So you gotta put it in its box. But all right.
Yeah.
Next story.
All right. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 becomes the top grossing video game movie of all time.
That's fucking impressive.
GameIndustry.biz is saying that the film has made 162 million, breaking the previous film's 148 million record to be the top grossing video game movie of all time.
That's crazy.
Like just seeing both movies, this and Uncharted, I would think Uncharted would do better, but Sonic's got that kid appeal. So
I thought Uncharted would beat that record, but
I
apparently no one went to go watch that.
I thought people shit on Uncharted, and it was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I haven't seen it yet, so
yeah,
I
enjoyed it. I mean, it was Uncharted was a fun movie. It was like that buddy cop type movie type.
Did you guys ever play the game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played the first 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but good for Sonic. I mean, but it definitely has that. A lot of kids wanted to see it type thing. So it had that comic appeal. So
yeah, one of our boys, he went opening night with his buddies for Sonic 1 and went opening night for Sonic 2. So it's he's all in on it, and has probably seen the first Sonic, I'd say 10 times, 20 times, and I'm sure the same thing's going to happen with the second one. But it doesn't hurt that Jim Carrey's in it and does a great job. And
It's his last film.
well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the last time we see Jim Carrey?
But Jim Carrey has also said that, you know, he's gonna do anything else, it's gonna be for fun, and he seems to have a lot of fun with this role. It's not like stretching his acting chops, to say the least. It's basically being Jim Carrey. So I think we'll see a 3, and I think Jim Carrey will be back despite retiring. So. All right, next story. Blizzard appoints head of culture to create diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace. So, in the never-ending tale of Blizzard's misdoings, and really Activision Blizzard, it was nice to see that they created this position where they're trying to be a little more woke as a company, and bring in some diversity, some equitability, inclusiveness, things that most companies, I feel like, do a pretty good job at. And they were kind of the antithesis of that. So at least recognizing from employee complaints that this is where your shortcomings are, and coming up with at least putting someone in charge to come up with solutions to that, I think is the first step. So, and I think a lot of this will obviously go away once the acquisition happens, because from all we know about Microsoft, they operate in this space already. But these acquisitions can take years, and it's at least putting something in place to make sure that those employees are taken care of. So I think it's a good thing.
Cool.
Ah. All right. Next story.
Summer Game Fest returns June 9th, and it's coming to IMAX theaters. Exactly a month from today, right? June 9th.
Yeah.
Summer Game Fest will be streaming live on Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time.
So you're going to go to IMAX theater at that time? On a work day?
No. This will be a sitting in the background on my phone or on my TV or something like that. I'll be watching it, or just catching it later after work. So
it's cool that it's going to IMAX theaters, but once again, these things are scheduled at a point where people with jobs can't really do that. So
yeah, I mean, with the cancellation of E3, they should really start to consider making changes to the time frame that they're doing these shows at. Like, I understand during E3, okay, everybody's at the convention at this time. We got to do it at this time.
It's a work event. Right, people are there for work during the week. Yes, but
they should probably do something like 8, 9 o'clock kind of thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to keep it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. I'm like,
do these things in prime time. Like, people would much rather give up their evening TV and sit down and fucking watch 2.5 hours of press conferences than
as long as it's not on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Survivor. Gotta watch Survivor. Just make sure it's not at that time, please.
You watch live TV? I don't understand. What is that?
Some shows.
It's an anomaly wrapped in an enigma. All right, last story.
It's called I Watch Sports.
Well, sports true. Yeah. Are you highlighting this for fun, or are you going to take this story?
No, I don't want. No,
I'm not.
Okay. All right. Xbox users can share screenshots and clips as Instagram-style stories. So, in Microsoft's continuing effort to increase the audience of their share button shit, I think this is kind of cool. You share, get your screenshots, get your clips, assemble them into a little story, drop it up, and your friends see it on the Xbox app or on their Xbox itself. I think it's thinking out of the box, trying something new. Not everybody's posting their clips to TikTok yet. So this is a spot for people to do that, for people that are not huge TikTok influencers like yourself. So I think this is a pretty cool thing. Yeah.
Of course.
It's it's nice, but it's like they're taking it up to the goal line, but don't want to take it over the goal line. They don't want to take it all
what's
the
your
way
over the goal? What's your over the goal line?
Actually, put it on Instagram or put it on TikTok. Not just leave it on the Xbox app. Like you have a very limited audience if you just drop it on the Xbox app. I'm sorry, it's we all have it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to that to see clips and pictures and stuff like that.
Maybe this
you
is
have
a
dedicated apps and environments for that already established that you could just integrate it into that.
But maybe this is really what they're like a proof of concept, and then they're just gonna be like, and now we've turned on TikTok and Facebook stories and Instagram stories and all this other shit. So think of it as a proving
Give you
ground.
the tools to get there, but don't get the means to get it there.
All right, fair enough. All right,
good effort.
Well, that wraps up gaming news. So if you want to give us better news stories for next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooledtoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. If we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you want to sponsor the show, you have some product or service you'd like to pitch, same thing. 773-527-2961, podcast@tooledtoplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell you what you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related is at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/Tool to Play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tool to Play. That's where you can find this show broadcast live, as well as all of our archived video content, Tiff's immature interviews, hits, quick hits, thick and thin with LB and Duty, featuring I6 Hitman. All these shows are out there, and they're available. So go there to youtube.com/Tool to Play and go to our show DVR, and you will love it. Please rate and review our podcast on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. Write something nice. Please rate it in whatever the Google equivalent is on their Android shit. 5 Google dicks and a nice comment. On Amazon Podcasts, whatever they do for rating it, 5 of whatevers and 5 Bezos heads and write a nice review. Just anywhere the podcast is, write something nice about it. Long story short. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That is one of the 3 places that we broadcast the show live every week. So go there, follow our Twitch channel, and if that's where you choose to watch your live broadcast, then you can go ahead and enjoy yourself there. We have a Discord. That is at discord.me/stillgotgame, all lowercase, all one connected word. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. And that's where you can chat with the folks from the show, chat with other fans of the show, bring up conspiracy theories about 343, do whatever you want to do in there. And you can hit at myself, at Selden, at Tiff, at Yontog, and we'll probably respond to your comments. So definitely join our Discord and participate in the conversation. So before we wrap up, guys, what do you want to pimp hit?
Nothing really. You're looking for me? Check out my Linktree. I'm I6 Hitman on Linktree. All my stuff's there. Twitch, TikTok, Twitter. Follow me there.
Huh?
Yeah, Raj. That's me.
If you want to find me, you can find me on my Linktree also at Selden007 on Linktree. It's got all my links, all my socials, and everything like that.
My Linktree is at Derek Nolan, DEREKNOLAN, and not only is all my shit there, but all of that show shit that I just spent 2 minutes telling you about is also there in case you didn't pay attention or forgot. And just a quick reminder to donate to some charity. Right now the world's fucked. All hell's breaking loose. Not everybody's as fortunate as some other people are. Not everybody can spend $4.50 on a gallon of gas. So just find some way to kick back to those less fortunate than us. And it takes takes us all to be good global citizens to help each other out. So
Yeah, like don't forget to use your free Twitch Prime on smaller streamers. Don't
Yep.
forget to tip. Give them a little tips with some bits or something. Every little bit counts.
Yeah, those big guys don't need your shit. They're
No,
already
exactly.
they're
Exactly.
shouldn't be
That's the
wasting your
one
shit
thing.
on Ninja.
That's the one thing about streaming I never understood. Like the ninjas and docs and Tim the Tap Man's getting like $100 donations. Like, why? These guys don't need it. Why you fucking do? Anyway, sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Sorry.
It's okay because I feel those people are idiots too. It's it's like they're going to suck their dick, but there's already someone else's head on it. Like they're like, I'll just suck that whole head and the dick. Like, fuck that. I know you're visualizing this right now, and it's fucked up. I can see its mind is smoking.
Jesus.
All right.
Like paying hundreds of dollars to go to a poker tournament just to say you're friends with the guy that's running it.
Well.
Oh shit.
Well, Selden's throwing
shots fired.
Shots fired. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, before we wrap up, I want to remind you all that you can join us each and every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, at youtube.com/tooltoplay, facebook.com/tooltoplay, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this? Tiff was back for one episode, and now we got Raj back, episode up. I am Dirk D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
Roger.
Roger.